Welcome back to the channel. Hey, the update just dropped, and that means we got a new weapon to review. And also, I want to take this time to also introduce my new gaming protein bars. They're called the Diddy Bar. This bar is packed with 10 grams of protein to fuel them muscles as you grind out the game. Not too much protein to where it'll overpower the fruity flavors of the Diddy Bar, but not too little to where you won't get any of the gains. The Diddy Bar comes in a variety of fruity flavors that are sure to tickle your taste buds. Have you ever wanted to feel a tingling sensation as you sit down and game? Send your taste buds to the moon? Well, you're in luck. Buy yourself a pack of our variety Diddy Pack Diddy Bars and fuel your muscles and mind today. I am in the business of gaming and gaining. Hurry up now before they're all sold out. Use code JUSTKIDDING for 15% off. Now I'm just messing with you guys. I don't got no protein bar, and it's definitely not gonna be called Diddy Bars. But anyways, what we do got going on is we are going to be reviewing the brand new assault rifle to the game. Fully maxed out. And I want to show you what this thing does. So without wasting any more time, let's just get straight into this. Alright, so here's the weapon. I forgot the name. Let me see the name. It's the Excava, Excava, something like that. Excava. I don't know how to pronounce it. We're just gonna call it the Excava. Alright? So the Excava. If you look at it, it's a pretty nice looking weapon, I will say. And my favorite color is blue, so you know this one really resonates with me. And then with the little purple lights, aesthetically, pretty nice. It's a masterpiece. So, but we don't care about aesthetics. Let's hop straight into the ultimate ability. Alright, so I do have the ultimate ability upgraded at level 1 or whatever you want to call it, but it's not too much of a difference. I'll tell you what the difference is. I don't have its max right now, so forgive me for not having that in the video, but you know, we gotta work with what we got. So the Excava is a ultimate assault rifle, so it has a unique ability. The unique ability, wow, it's called Voltage Excel Energy Grenade Launcher. I mean, so sounds freaking dope. An energy grenade launcher sounds absolutely insane. So let's go ahead and read over these stats. So hitting an enemy grants the unique effect Voltage Charge. When Voltage Charge reaches max stacks, it changes to the unique effect Energy Grenade. Or charges, or I don't know how to put changes, but it, like, once you reach max stacks, it converts to a grenade. While Energy Grenade is active, fires an Energy Grenade when shooting while aiming, which deals increased damage based on the number of stacks. Hitting an enemy with the Energy Grenade inflicts voltage accumulation. So pretty dope. Like on paper, like this description, freaking dope. Like we have an assault rifle that can shoot grenades. It's pretty nice. So let's go over to the basic information now. So the basic information, right now, like I said, mine is plus level 1. I think at base level it's going to be minus 20%, but right now at base level 1, or at level 1 upgraded or whatever, hip fire accuracy minus 15%, aim shot accuracy minus 15%. Like I said, I believe it's 20% when you first just get the weapon. Voltage Charge. So the duration is 3.5 seconds, but at base it's 3 seconds. With a max stacks of 34 at base, it should be 36. So each time you level it up, the stacks decrease by 2, I believe. So Energy Grenade. So the duration, no limits. Once you get the Energy Grenade, you'll have it indefinitely until you use it. Max stacks is 3, so you can only, well, we'll explain that. Critical hit rate is, you get 5% critical hit rate on the first stack, and then the subsequent stacks, so 2 and 3, will give you a bonus of 2% per stack. So you'll get, I believe it's 6 in total. So then you get 11. I don't remember what this is at level 1. Oh, yeah. So at level 1, firearm critical hit rate per stack is only 1. So it goes up by 1 each time you level up the weapon. So obviously we would have 3 more. So it would be at 5 per stack. So that'll give us, should be 15 if I'm correct. So while aiming, additional damage. Now I'm going to explain this part because this is very, very, very important, because this right here is the damage of your grenade. So while aiming, additional damage, firearm damage times number of stacks times 135%. So 0.35 multiplier. Now, we'll go over that in a minute. So it's going to cost 5 ammo to shoot that grenade. Not bad. Voltage accumulation. Duration is 5 seconds. Max stacks 3. Electric resistance minus 2.5%. And electric resistance per stack minus 1%. I don't remember what this is at base level. And also, I think this at base level, it might be 120 or 130. Something like that at base level for the grenade damage. So that's the unique ability of this weapon. So it's gonna be a lot easier for me to go back and forth and show you, like, while I'm demonstrating the weapon, the abilities. So that's how we're gonna do it, because I want to really let you know how this weapon works. So yeah, right now let's go ahead and jump straight to the base stats of the weapon. Alright, so here we are. The base stats of this weapon, the Excava. So it's a ultimate assault rifle. It is in the general rounds category, and it starts out with a 14,937 firearm attack with a fire rate of 588 and a rounds per magazine 36. Reload time is 2 seconds. Firearm critical hit rate is 3%. Firearm critical hit damage is a 1.2 times multiplier. The attribute side effect trigger rate is a 4.35%, and the weak point damage is a 1.4 times multiplier. Its hip fire accuracy is 73.66, and its aim shot accuracy 76.5. As you upgrade the weapon, unique ability, it'll go ahead and increase that slightly for you. Now, let's talk about these base stats real quick. I am personally disappointed in these base stats. I was hoping that this weapon outperforms the Eternal Willpower when it comes to at least stat-wise, but as you see, it doesn't. Eternal Willpower starts with 20k, and this is about 15. Alright, it has a little bit higher fire rate. EW has 499, this has 588, so this one doesn't shoot that fast. Rounds per magazine definitely is a lot better at 36, while the EW is 25, I believe. And the firearm critical hit rate, 3%? Come on, man. So then our critical hit damage is a 1.2 times multiplier, but that doesn't even matter even if it was a 2 times multiplier. 3% crit rate? So that's just freaking horrible. Just horrible. And what does not make sense to me at all is, why is it that our crit rate is 3% and our base damage is only 14.9? Why? If you're gonna make it to where our crit's absolutely horrendous, give us a higher weak point damage multiplier. Make our base firearm attack higher. Why are we're getting hosed? I'm gonna be honest with these base stats. It's actually dog trash. So there's that. I'm going in right now. Hey, but I'm keeping it a stack with y'all, you know what I mean? I'm not here to sugarcoat, lie, and I don't want you guys to waste time and materials. I invested into this. I invested. And I don't want you guys to invest right now. I'm gonna be honest. Just don't invest. Until maybe they rework it or adjust it or something like that. But so now let's go ahead and jump into the build. Now we have one main build, but then we also have a, I guess, theoretical build, right? Something that you could still potentially use, but I just didn't invest in that particular aspect of the weapon. So let's go ahead and jump to our first main build. All right, so here we go. Here is our main build. As you see right here, we're missing one little space in there. Obviously, do whatever you want with that personal spot. If you decide to use this weapon, which please don't, please. Right now, it's not worth it. It's not worth it right now. I did see that they do plan on adjusting some things like that, so things aren't all the way trash. But this particular ultimate assault rifle is amongst the bottom, alongside the other ultimate assault rifles that are trash. So let's just go over this build. All right, so we have the basics of action and reaction rifle and reinforcement because we want that firearm attack increased. We also went for have aiming and weak point sight because, you know, weak point damage is multiplier. Of course, we want to increase our damage. Now, if you notice on this build, there is no crit because we have a 3% critical hit rate base. We're not going to get any benefits from building crit for this weapon. So don't build crit. So that's why we don't have any crit on here. So what we did go for was maximize weight balance for some weak point damage and also some more rounds per magazine. And we also went for extend weapons charge for some more rounds per magazine. We increased that fire rate because, you know, you want to increase that fire rate. And then we went for the electric side of this weapon since the unique ability reduces electric resistance. So we decided to capitalize on that. So we put on electric enhancement and electric conductor. I'm going to keep it a whole entire stack with you, okay? So look, electric enhancer is 30% of your firearm attack. This weapon has already pretty low-ish firearm attack as it is, so you're not gonna do big numbers with the electric. It's kind of just an additive of damage. Now, your electric can benefit from critical hit damage, but it doesn't benefit from weak point. So it isn't like this is, oh my goodness, best in slot, because the damage that you're going to get is pretty minuscule, as you'll see once we go to the damage testing portion. Electric conductor is obviously, if you're going to do electric, just get a little bit more firearm attack. So anyways, let's look at these new stats now. Okay, so they did fix that. Good. I was gonna say, because in one of my previous videos, if you've seen, when you have the conductor mod, it automatically incorporates the firearm attack increase into your stat sheet. But I guess they fixed that with this update, so that's great. Let's go over these basic this weapon info now. So our firearm attack now is 32,712.03. Not bad, because that's not too far off from the Eternal Willpower. This weapon's base damage isn't far off the Eternal Willpower. The fire rate is 784 with a 64 round magazine. Juicy. Reload time is at 2 seconds. Critical hit rate still 3%. Critical hit damage 1.2 times multiplier, still the same. Attribute satisfied trigger rate 4.35%, still the same. Our weak point damage now is a 2.478 times multiplier. Really good. If you've seen my Eternal Willpower build, that thing's only a 1.75 times multiplier. So our weak point damage multiplier is really good. The unfortunate reality is our crit is super trash, so we're not gonna be able to hit high numbers. Anywho, so let's. Why did we go for this? There's a particular reason why I decided to go for this aspect, right? It's because, like I said, our critical hit rate is stupid low at a 3% with a extra trash weak point damage multiplier at 1.2. So the best bang for your buck would not be to invest into critical hit rate. Maybe. That's why we have a second build that we'll talk about after this, which you can, but the stipulations is something that I'm not really a fan of. So we'll get to that portion, the crit build portion of this. But let me tell you why we did this. Obviously, we went for weak point because extra damage is extra damage. If you get some headshots, weak point hits, more damage. But we went for double magazines and a fire rate because our unique ability is stacks based off of how many times we hit. So let me show you. Unique ability right here. So on hitting an enemy grants the effect voltage charge. So that's per bullet. Every time you land a shot, you get 1 stack of voltage charge. If you look right here, voltage charge takes 34 stacks to create 1 grenade. So we have to use 34 bullets that land on a target to make 1 grenade. So we jumped up our magazine size so that way, you know, we can get almost 2 grenades per clip, which is nice. So that's why we went for the magazine portion of this, and then, you know, fire rate and electric or whatever. So before we get to the second build, right, I'm gonna go ahead and do some damage testing, and I'm gonna show you how this weapon works, okay? And then we'll go to the second build, which is more like hypothetical scenarios, what you can do potentially, blah 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 blah. So let's go ahead and transition straight to the damage testing now. All right, so we got our level 100 enemies here, and, you know, displayed right before us. So if you're wondering why I'm using Glay, I'll get to that in just a second, which I'm pretty sure you might already know. So let's go ahead and look at some damage first. So, hey, and shout out to the person in my comment section of my shotgun video who let me know that these little centerpieces are also weak point spots on like this enemy and this enemy. I didn't know that because, yeah, I'm stupid. But anyways, let's go ahead and see the damage. We're hitting about 12,000 per shot with a 4,200 electric hit. Okay, so cool. Now let's see what a weak point is. All right, so 36,000 per shot. Still, like I said, the elementals do not benefit from weak point, only crits. So, all right, there we go. Now you see the damage. Now, all right. Now let's show you how we get a grenade. You can aim or you can hip fire. It's up to you, but we'll explain. So let's go ahead and get one stack of grenades. As you see, our crits on a weak point is about 50 grand. All right. If you look on the right side of my character, those green squares, the second one, not the first one. The first one is delay, but the second one is the grenade. So let's go ahead and look at the damage of the grenade, and I'll tell you how to get the grenade. So if we, also if you look at the weapon, it changes when you have a grenade. It opens up on the sides. So aesthetically, perfection. It is so amazing. So let's go ahead and hit a let's see if we can get damage on a weak point. So if you've seen that, what was that, like 19,000? Let's double check and let's get one more grenade and double check the damage of that, right? So let's see. 16,000. Yeah. So that first grenade hit 16,000 damage. Yeah. So now, if you remember the unique ability, the way that the grenade damage scales is firearm damage, which what they're talking about here when they say firearm damage, they're talking about, if you click on information, this damage right here, the firearm attack, 14,937. Not the after the mods are on, our 32,000. No, it's calculating based off of our base firearm attack. So your base firearm attack times the number of stacks. We had one, so 1 times. Nothing changes. And then you multiply that by 0.35 because it's 135% and it's just 0.35 increase. So you do that, and that's how we got our damage. There's resistances on these enemies. That's why the damage won't actually calculate to, I think it should be like 20,000, but we hit like 18,000. But that's because, you know, level 100 enemy armor resistance, all this other crap that I'm not about to be calculating here. So numbers are pretty much checking out. So there's that. Now, if you look, energy grenade says duration, there's no limit on it. Cool. Max stacks is 3. And you get critical hit rate. Now, we're just looking at damage, and then we'll go over the critical hit rate portion after this, but I just want to show you the damage of all 3 levels of the grenade, because it's level 1, 2, and 3, because you have 3 stacks total. And you get your multiplier multiplied by the number of stacks. So now I showed you, what, 18,000 first stack. Now let's go ahead and look at with 2 stacks. So we got 1 stack, 2 stacks. 2 stacks and 1 clip. At least at level 2 though. Our upgraded unique ability ones. Alright, so cool. Now we got our 2 stacks. Now let's see. Before, remember we did 18,000. Let's see what we're doing now. 33,000. Alright, now let's see 3 stacks. get some ammo real quick. All right. Now we are at 3 stacks on the grenade. All right, now let's see the damage. 50,000. Look, I'm gonna keep it a stack. That's garbage. I'm so salty. You're gonna make a dope weapon that looks aesthetically beautiful. When you get a stack, it opens up, it's glowing and all this stuff like that. And you're gonna give me some weak damage like that? What is 50,000 gonna do to anything in the game besides level 1 enemies? We out here farming out Colossus, and they're making harder content and stuff, and you gonna give me a weapon that does 50,000 max? Come on, get real. Anyways, I know I'm salty about it. Okay, so let's see. Did we cover everything about the unique ability? Let's see. I went over that. Okay, cool. We got that. All right. Now let me show you the critical hit side of this weapon really quick. So since, you know, the grenade portion is actually dog trash, so let me go ahead and show you the crit side of it. So we are going to show crit, and I'm going to show you the voltage accumulation. And that's why I chose Glay, so I don't have to keep running back, reloading, and all that. So with Glay, I could just shoot forever, you know, and just get my stacks. All right, cool. So we are at our 3 stacks. Now remember, this weapon has a 3% critical hit rate. And if you look at the unique ability, what does the unique ability say? All right, so each stack of grenade, energy grenade, you get critical hit rate increase. So there you go. 5 and then 2 per stack. So let's go ahead and see with our 3 grenades stacked up right here. Remember, there's no cooldown on them, so they never go away until you like leave a mission, obviously. Now let's see what our critical hit rate is now. And now I do have a critical hit rate on here, but what that changes it to is like a 3 point something. So it's still trash. So let's look at our info now. Wow, we are at 13.7. Amazing. So we're at 13.7% critical hit rate. So let's see how many crits we're gonna hit. Alright, I mean a little more than if we didn't have it, so I mean I guess we can't complain there. And then I have no grenade stacks, so let's go ahead and see what the crit is now. 3.4. So with the max stacks, at least at unique ability level 1, we're getting about 10% critical hit rate. You know, what is that, 10.3%? Something like that. So not too bad, right? Now, here's the problem with focusing on that aspect of the unique ability. Well, if you remember, while aiming, you shoot your grenade. So let me show you. So I'm aiming and I'm shooting, and you see the stacks going up on the left side. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, I shot my grenade. So I'm not getting any critical hit rate stacks because I don't have any stored grenades. So, what does that mean? Well, if you want to invest in that portion of the weapon, that means you can only hip fire. Can't aim unless, because if you aim, you're going to shoot that grenade and you're going to lose your critical hit rate. So you have to only hip fire. Yeah, because as soon as you aim, oh, no longer have it. And actually, 1 second. Do I have? I don't. Okay, good. I thought I had a mod on her. So anyways, so yeah. That's that. Now, the last thing that I want to go over with you guys before we check out the other build is its final portion of the ability. So every time the grenade shoots out and hits a target, it's going to go ahead and give you a voltage accumulation. And that's what the grenade does. It gives you the garbage damage plus voltage accumulation. What does that do? Duration is 5 seconds long, max stacks 3, and we are going to go ahead and get a electric resistance debuff on the enemy at a minus 2.5% and a electric resistance per stack, 1%. Alright, so cool. Like I said, you might think that sounds amazing. Well, let's see. So for this, we want to aim and shoot. And keep getting all the grenades on her. So we're at 2 stacks. 3 stacks, yay. Now look at our electric damage. You see our electric damage? Look at that. Did you see that? That was like 4,700 or something. But I shot this guy 4,600 or something. Trash. Not worth it. So that's this weapon. It's not great. Not great. It's actually quite a disappointment. I was excited for a new assault rifle, hoping that they make this thing really good. So that way, you know, we can have a new meta, or at least not even new meta, just something else that we can use besides the Enduring Legacy and the Gregs. But it's not this weapon. It's not. As you see, clearly it's trash. So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the crit build. It's not fully fledged out because, you know, sockets and all that crap. But let's go ahead and see what potentially we can do. Alright, so here's the second build portion of the Excava, whatever. This is annoying though, like this part, because like look, if you look right here, this is our build. And then I need these triangles. Well, let me see if I can change that. Since I already invested a catalyst into these slots, maybe I can change it. So let's go ahead and see. Wow, I could only pick one of these. Unless I'm just doing something wrong. I mean, let's see real quick. Can I change this to a second socket type? No, I can't. So I gotta put some more catalyst into this, which this weapon's not good enough for me to do any sort of investments like that. No. Plus, I don't have any more. I used them all on this. So anyways, enough complaining. So we got action and reaction rifle and reinforcement, obviously to increase our firearm attack. And then let's see, we are rocking have aiming and weak point sight. Obviously that's good. Now we got critical hit damage right here. Some more critical hit damage for better concentration and concentration priority. This is gonna reduce our reload speed, but whatever. And then we have edging shot, just because this one is gonna go ahead and give us more critical hit rate. That's why I went with that. Obviously you see I'm maxed out, so I can't put any other quick chance mod in here. So that's what we're working with. So if you look at our critical hit rate now, oh my goodness, 4.29%. Oh man, dude, trash. Let's see something. Let's take this crit damage mod out and let's put this critical hit chance one in there. What do we go to? With the 2 crit chance mods, we're at a 5.46%. Amazing. So anyways, with these mods, so we go from a 3% to a 4.29%, and we go from a 1.2 times multiplier critical hit damage to a 3.537 times multiplier. So, utilizing the critical hit aspect of this weapon, with stacks of energy grenades, meaning you can't aim and shoot, you can only hip fire and shoot. Let's see what our crits are looking like there. So let's go ahead and get these stacks. Wait, let me make sure I got that. Yeah, I do. Okay. Let's go ahead and see. Obviously, I don't got the fire rate on. Build's not completed, but, you know, whatever. Taking a heck of a lot longer. Alright, so we got all our stacks. Now let's go ahead and see what the crits are looking like now. Yeah. So as you see, we're still hitting the 12,000. We're hitting 12,900 on a base hit. Let's go ahead and see what our crits are looking like. 46,000. And now let's see what a weak point crit's looking like. 137. So I mean, sure, 138. Cool. Now let's go ahead and see what the critical hit rate is now. So we're at 18.948%. Wow. Now, let's say you're like, okay, well, Blaze not made for crit builds. All right, well, then let's go to, we'll do Enzo. We'll do Enzo. Let's do Enzo, right? So let's go ahead and put, actually, no, I'm not gonna do this because I have my freaking stacks. We're gonna do it from here. Where's this guy at? Enzo. Use. It still took my stacks away anyways, eh? Wait a minute, did it? Yeah, it did. Screw you, game. Whatever. Alright, so I guess let's re-get them stacks. It's gonna take a while. Alright, cool. We got our 3 stacks. Let's wait for this guy to do this thing. Alright, cool. Let's make sure. Now, if you look at Enzo, we got his mod. Give us some crit. So with our 3 stacks of yada yada, we are at 18.948%. Now let's say we go ahead and use Enzo. Now we are at 64.734. Now let's go ahead and see what it's looking like. Yeah, you're hitting crits a lot more. 40k on the body, 127 on the head. Yeah. Now let's say we don't use the grenade portion with the crit setup Enzo, and let's see. Wow, 46,000. This weapon is mediocre, and not all that great. Let's pull out Big Daddy when it comes to buffing weapons. And hey, I got a video I'm about to release right after this one about the changes on Blair. It's about to be a glazing session, so make sure you check out that video after this one, after I'm done complaining and crying about this weapon not being any type of good at all. So let's go ahead and do our thing. All right, now let's see what we got. So if we look at our infos tab, we're at 44 critical hit chance, so that's pretty cool. We got a little bit of weak point, obviously. You guys know Blair, but I'll be glazing him in another video. So let's see what we're looking at. So 128s on the head, and we're hitting 53s on the body. We're hitting crits, you know, quite often. It's still, yeah. So hey, look, that's the Excava. That's the Excava. Brand new weapon, the first Descendant. An assault rifle. An ultimate assault rifle. Doesn't perform that well. Yeah, but I mean, hey, what can you say about it? We'll just stick to what we know works, and this doesn't work. So I just really invested into this super heavy so that way I can get it out to you guys as quick as I possibly can, just in case the weapon is cracked, tell you to use it. And if the weapon is bad, don't use it. The weapon is not good right now, currently. Now, you never know. It just dropped, so they could be reviewing it, look at it, and make it better. But as it stands right now, just do not invest, just in case they leave this weapon as is. It's not good right now, so please don't waste your materials. So just to do this weapon, its due diligence, I will go ahead and take this into a Colossus fight and show you that. And then I will also take it into a dungeon and show you that. We're going to be using Big Daddy Blair, because he's the best weapons buffer. And we're also not going to be using that crit build. We're going to use our electric build for this and get it done there. So, hey, if you don't really care to see this weapon perform in combat and see what it's looking like, thank you guys for watching anyways. If you guys learn anything, if you guys like the video, I know I complained a lot in this one, but I'm just really disappointed. I was hoping it would be good because I love assault rifles and I wanted it to outperform the Eternal Willpower, but I guess not. So if you guys enjoyed the video, like it, please share it with any of your friends who are talking about getting this weapon. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot. Okay? So anyways, if this is it for you, bye. Thank you guys for watching. But if you want to see this weapon in action, there's just going to be some gameplay. Enough yapping from me. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.